Hi everybody, I want to show you how to kind of navigate a little bit on MyKatyCloud, specifically the textbook for economics. If you log into MyKatyCloud using your ID and password, you'll have a bunch of your recent tile, things you've gone to recently, as well as favorites. One thing I would recommend for any tab is to right click on it and you can add to favorites, and that way it'll always appear here where you want it, especially for things you're going to use a lot like Canvas. I would do Office 365, especially if you're on district computers, as you can save anything directly into the OneDrive there. But also, every one of you, whether you have a Mac or a PC or anything, you can have access to Word, PowerPoint, and any Microsoft package of software that we might use or you might use as well. So that's a good thing to have as well. So what you want to do when you first start is you click the magnifying glass, type in economics, and as you start to type, you'll notice that this blue one is the one we want. So you can right click, add to your favorites, and when you click on it, it should log you right in. This is Pearson, and yours will look a little bit different. You'll have some notices and things. But what you want to do is you want to look for where it says Realize, and you want to click on Realize. Okay, and you'll have one of three choices. Now, the first time you log on, it might have a thing for you to pick out a profile picture and other things. But once you do that the first time, you don't have to do it ever again. So once you click on the Realize button, you'll get something sort of like this. You can click on Classes. And I believe it's on Classes from a student view, that right over here on the right hand side is where you'll find the e-textbook, and you'll want to click on that, and I'll show you what that looks like. It's slightly different on mine. You can also click on Programs, and I really want to show you this. Go into the Programs, and what you'll have is kind of a digital version of the textbook, but it's not the same thing as the e-textbook that I'm going to show you, but it fundamentally works the same. Like, for instance, Topic 1. You'll see that topics are the same thing as chapters. So if we were to click on that, for instance, you would come in here, and the introduction for this particular chapter or topic is at the bottom. You can click on that. But here you would see Lesson 1, Lesson 2, Lesson 3 of Topic 1. And these are the same thing as saying sections. Okay? So if you clicked on Lesson 1 for scarcity, there's a few things I want you to know that are in every single unit. There's different tools you can use. You can quiz yourself. There's interactive things if you're on a notepad. Editable presentation, so it's kind of like a PowerPoint, but we have those already for the course, but they're here for you. I do want to tell you that these are very valuable, the flip videos. They're produced by NBC, and they tie in directly to the readings. So in about a 3 or 4 minute video, you can sum up pretty much that entire what they call lesson or section of the topic or chapter. If you want to actually read the textbook from this screen, you can see text 1, text 2, and text 3. If you were to click on those and read them in order, you would get through the entire section. You can click on any of these pictures and they'll get bigger so you can see them. Some of them have interactive maps and things. You can look at different keys. And so you have different things going on that you can use. If you hover over any of the words that are bolded and click on it, then you can get a quick definition without having to go to the glossary. Okay. Once you've read through it, usually they'll have a little question you can answer and then move on. Okay. You can just hit exit, and you can do this for any of these sections. Now, my e-textbook is up here, and this is what you would see over here on the right side when you're under Classes. But you click on e-textbook, and then you'll click on the picture of the textbook twice. And what it'll do is it will open up into I think it's an Adobe file. Every page has up here at the top an audio version. So I'm going to click this, and you can kind of hear it.
1. Fundamentals of economics. Essential question. How does economics affect everyone?
So you can turn every page into an audio book. The flip videos are built in, so this is the one for the introduction that we did not look at. but you could watch this, again, produced by NBC. And where you navigate is here at the bottom. You can click Next and go page by page. Here's the flip video again you can watch for this section. Okay. Now going page by page would be kind of difficult if you're trying to go to different parts of the book. Again, you can click on the words. Okay, but the faster way, if you click up here from menu and you know, for instance, that it's in topic, let's say 3, lesson 1, okay, you could go straight there. And so, and then you just have to navigate page by page within the lesson itself, which is just usually just a few pages long. And so that is a little bit faster way. A lot of times you might see that I have page numbers on things. If you happen to check out a hard copy of the book from the district, that will give you page numbers. The online textbook does not have page numbers. So just as long as you're aware of what section and lesson, which I have put into the reading guide for each module unit, you'll be able to use this navigation pretty easily. The other thing I want to show you is that you can also go to the glossary directly, even though the words are defined in the module. You can also do bookmarks for important pages to go back to, and you can do annotations and highlights. So for instance, you could highlight a section like you were taking notes in your own book. You could highlight it, pick the color. You might make certain colors mean certain things, like green, most important, medium importance could be pink, and yellow could be, least important, but still something to know. You could do that if you want. You could also highlight something and annotate it with your own notes. The word demand is important because, and so you could put your own stuff, and hey, if you misspell it, it does spell check, or it should. At least it'll tell you it's wrong. So there you go. And then you can even highlight it from here while also taking notes. So there's a lot of things you can do with the textbook, and so I'd highly recommend it as far as navigating it. You can also bookmark it here. Okay. You can always click off of that and then exit here and be back, in the table of contents that we saw earlier. Again, go to classes is where you'll find your e-textbook. And so there's a lot of different ways to navigate this. I've also included some troubleshooting help in this module tab, as well as a phone number for the district if you are not able to access it, or if the district has any access issues with Pearson, the publisher itself. This would be a good place to start. You can always message me. I'll be limited in terms of what I can access for you to see what the problem is, but if it's basic stuff as far as how to log in and navigate the actual site, I can certainly help you. But hopefully this video does that for you. If you have any questions, again, let me know.